All right, Libra, welcome to weekly sidereal forecast for June 1st through the 7th. My name is Athen. So this week, nothing but easy aspects, which, is nice, but we have to make something of those opportunities and of the easiness. We don't want to just sit back and, let things just kind of pass us by. But in either case, very supportive week, and we do have that full moon further illuminating things, and this is illuminating your second house, which is where the full moon will be on Tuesday in Scorpio, emphasizing and creating an awareness of the things relating to your values. And this is, of course, more specifically your material values, but because it's a full moon, it's involving both your second house and your eighth house, which is not only the material side of things, but also the deeper values of life, your bonds, your connections, what life is really about, the truth of life, beginnings and endings, transformation and change, and embracing that. And I think that's something that's certainly been very important in terms of your consciousness lately, with Mercury retrograde here in the 8th, the Sun here and Mars here. So here with the full moon, it's always a time of awareness, and so seeing what life is, is always an important time of a full moon on this axis, both on the material side of things and the more spiritual or deeper side of things. And I do always recommend around the full moon to observe, because it's through that observation, we can really see these two parts of our life very clearly. And for you, the second house is important. This is your self-improvement, your self-reliance. Standing on your own 2 feet, cultivating the earth, it's finances, resources, everything that comes from Mother Earth. And this is important because Saturn has been here since the tail end of last year. So it's been important for you to put in that hard work and discipline to become more self-reliant, to perhaps save your finances, really work with the, financial material side of things in that grounded way of Saturn. And so you have the opportunity now to see things very clearly here. And for those of you who have been putting in energy in this area over the past 6 months, this can be a high point, a culmination point of a lot of this energy that you've been putting into it. But in either case, awareness of both areas, and perhaps even culmination of understanding a lot of these transformations that are taking place for you this whole lunar cycle, especially over the past 2 weeks. Now, Monday through Wednesday, Mercury will be trining up to the North Node, one of the supportive aspects this week. So Mercury retrograde, with all this reflection on the deeper side of things, now support from the North Node, which is this opening of this whole year towards the spiritual side of things. The 12th house is your connection to God or the universe, however you see that, all that is. And so this year, that's where the flow is. And so as you move in that direction, you're going to find that that's supporting you in particular this week, early part, towards these deeper transformations and changes and things you're perhaps reflecting on in these 8th house matters. So I think spending time alone, meditative time, reflective time, I think will be very supportive towards these transformations or changes or things that you're seeing about the truth of life here, or the truth about yourself, with all this energy in the 8th house. So in either case, very supportive. It can come easy, but it's something that we can choose or choose not to do, and I do definitely highly recommend it. Now, around Wednesday, your ruler Venus goes into your 10th house, which is all about work and career, which is where you've had the opportunity to expand over the past many months, 7, 8 months now, with Jupiter in your 10th house. And so now with Venus, the opportunity to enjoy the career side of things. Now, Venus doesn't necessarily like to be up here. She likes to be at the bottom of the chart. So as your ruler, this is an energy where there's a lot of public energy, a lot of outward, a lot of extroverted kind of energy, which can be utilized when you're finding that middle path with it in a very constructive way. So what I really recommend is connect to friends at work, network at work, enjoy work, bring in nature into work, and all of this stuff you're learning about the transformational side of things is going to be through work. So I think bringing in what you've learned for whatever it is for you personally about the 8th house recently, bringing that into work. And I say work, as in anything on the public level, career, anything that you do to give back to society, so to speak. But here, finding that middle path, and I think spending enough time in the alone time too, interesting balance here between these two, will be very supportive for you. And like I said, with Jupiter here, Venus is going to be getting closer and closer to that Jupiter as the month unfolds here in June. So lots of opportunities to continue with the career, public related things. And I think enjoying communications, enjoying the day-to-day activities will continue to be the case with Venus getting closer to the ruler of both your 3rd and 6th house, which is Jupiter. Now, on Thursday through Sunday, we have Mars sextiling up to Jupiter also, which is a very nice aspect, actually. For all of us, a lot of supportive energy to expand our motivations and our drives. So for those of you who have been putting in energy to see the truth, to transform your life in that positive way, it's very supportive this week, especially the second half with Jupiter sextiling up to Mars in that 8th. It can also be very expansive for both the material side of life and relationships, because Mars rules both your 2nd and your 7th house. So I think lots of expansion this second half of the week involving these second house matters we were talking about, and then also in the relationship side of things really opening up for you, I feel like. But again, this is sextile, so it's an easy opportunity, but we have to walk through those doors when they open. Now, any energy you put into, I think, career and stuff is also very supportive too, with Mars then aspecting the 10th, and also supportive towards your communications and routine as well towards this second half of the week. Now, over the weekend in particular, Friday and Saturday, your ruler will be trined up to Saturn. So I think you guys do have a good discipline this week, which is very nice, and especially towards the weekend. So I would, again, anything relating to the public side of things, career side of things, is very supportive. And all in all, it's just a supportive week, an easy week, but we want to be able to, flow with those energies and make something of them, constructively work towards them. And for you, it's particularly relating to the career side of things, work, or anything on that public level, and the transformations and the depth of life, what life is truly about, seeing the truth of life, and also the financial or material side of things as well. So support all around in those particular houses. So I would definitely put energy into them, generally speaking, because that's how we turn these easy aspects into something that is long-lasting and practical and real. So Libra, I hope you guys have a nice week. If you have any questions, please let me know. If you're new to this form of astrology, do check out masteringthezodiac.com, or if you'd like a personal session, and I will talk to you all next time. Take care.